Hey everybody, El Cheapo Deluxe here. How you all doing today? I'm doing great, thanks for asking. The reason I'm doing so good is it's gumbo weather. Look how beautiful it is. It's the weather's getting crisp. It's cooling down. Not so much here in southern Louisiana, but it's cool enough to do gumbo. We've been waiting for this all year, and so I'm gonna do a little cooking for you today here in my outdoor kitchen. I'm just kidding. That's not my outdoor kitchen. Y'all know I use green screens in the background, but you know what? It looks good, huh? I'm gonna do some gumbo today, and I'm gonna show you how a Kansas City boy does Louisiana gumbo. Born and raised in Kansas City, but transplanted down here. First thing I need is a drinky drink, because in southern Louisiana, you don't cook gumbo, jambalaya, boil crawfish. You don't do anything unless you got a drink in your hand. So, my drink of choice today is my margarita. Check out my video on my margarita recipe. It's the best one in the United States, I'll guarantee it. You can't get a better one unless you go to Puerto Vallarta. Check out my video. I'll prove it to you. Just try it. Anyway, let me get all my kitchen stuff together, get everything set up to make this gumbo, and I'm gonna show you how I do it. All right, be right back. Hang out. All right, everybody, so I'm back. Got my drink in hand. Let me show you right there. Margarita. Anyway, okay, so I'm ready to start putting this mess together. Let me show you the ingredients we're gonna need. We're gonna need some bell peppers, some onion, some salt. I'm gonna use some smoked paprika, some cayenne pepper, some parsley at the end, some slap ya mama. That's the good stuff there. Of course, we're gonna use some garlic powder too. Got a bunch of water here we're gonna be using to fill our pot with. Okay. Then what we got else is some Cajun chicken, or not chicken, some Cajun sausage. And then some more sausage over here. This is green onion sausage, Cajun green onion sausage. Got about 5 links of each, so it ought to work out pretty good. And we got some chicken thighs. And I went to the store, and that was the last package of chicken thighs they had. So I got some chicken quarters. I got 2 packages of chicken quarters. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get this sausage going on the grill. Just to get it brown and cooked up. And then we're gonna do some chicken, and then we're gonna put some more stuff together. So hang on, and we'll get this on the grill. Okay, here we go, y'all. All right, see, told you I really wasn't in a kitchen. Just outdoor, got a tarp up or a tent just in case it gets a little windy. I don't think it's gonna rain today, but we may get some wind, and I'm just doing that to block the wind for the noise and for my fire here when I get it going. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I've gotta cook this sausage up. And I'm gonna do it on this grill here. I'm gonna do it on my Pit Boss pellet grill. I don't know how many of you have a pellet grill. They are fantastic. You set it and forget it. Should have been a Ronco product, but Pit Boss instead. But okay, let me get this thing fired up. Just turn it on here. Got to open it up because it's going to start smoking. I've got it set for 275 degrees. I'm just going to brown this sausage up. You know what? I'll be right back because I forgot to get the foil pan to put it in. Be right back. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. Got some foil pans here I'm gonna cook the sausage in. I normally wouldn't cook sausage in a foil pan on the grill, but I'm going to today because I want to save the juices to add to the gumbo. I don't know why they make these things so hard to get apart. These are just cheap foil pans from the grocery store. Oh, and I think there's one more thing I forgot to show you that I need for the gumbo. And as soon as I get this sausage on, I'm gonna show you what it is. I gotta get these pans apart first without getting them all dented up and banged up. And got it. All right, so got my pans. This thing's heating up, but I'm gonna go ahead and put my pans in there like so. You have to put one on top. They only need 2 of them. Only 5 pieces of sausage, or 10 pieces, 2 kinds of each. So here we go. You're gonna have to pardon me. I don't cook outside on camera much. I usually got my stuff together pretty good and don't have to worry about doing this on camera. Okay, so we're just gonna take this sausage. See, it's starting to smoke. We're gonna just put it in these pans. Like I said, I just want to cook it in this. I want to cook it in these pans because I want to keep all the juices that come out of the sausage to add to the gumbo, because it's going to give it that much more flavor. You're gonna have to pardon the smoke. It'll stop here in a minute as soon as it gets good and lit. There it goes. It's going to clear up real quick. It's starting to sound like a jet engine. Then I'm going to have to check my my pellets, make sure I got enough and don't run out. But we ought to be okay. All right, so there we go. Sausage is on the grill. We're just gonna, I'm cooking it with some, I don't know what kind of wood it is, but wood pellets. But it's got some hickory and some oak in it, so it's gonna give it a nice smoky flavor. So we're just gonna close that grill and cook that sausage for about, well, I'd say probably about 45 minutes. And once that's done, I'll be right back. And oh, I wanted to show you this too, this other ingredient that I forgot to show you. This is necessary for your gumbo. It's roux. It's basically flour and oil that's already been prepared. Now down here in Louisiana, they'll tell you, everybody will say, I make my own homemade roux. Well, you know what? There's a lot of people that do, but they wouldn't sell this in the grocery store if all them people made their own roux. I don't know what percentage I would say, but I would guess probably 50 to 60% of people don't make their own roux. They're going to say they do, but they don't. And there's nothing shamed about this, because look at this picture at the grocery store here. They sell a lot of it. And if they didn't sell a lot, it wouldn't be full, the shelves wouldn't be full like that. So don't let anybody fool you. A lot of times you're getting a good gumbo, that roux came out of a jar. I do it because I don't have the patience to make roux. It takes a long time. There is a skill to it. So don't let anybody fool you. They're getting it out of a jar. All right, let me get this sausage cooking. It's gonna take about 45 minutes and I'll be right back. All right, y'all. I know it had been 45 minutes, but this is the reason I don't do cooking videos. I forgot to put the chicken in, and to show you I was putting the chicken in too. It ain't that I would normally forget to put the chicken in. It's just doing the video, I got mixed up, so let me show you. I already got a couple of pans of chicken in. What I did is I combined the sausages into 2 pans and put them on the top rack. So I got the chicken in these foil pans because I want to save the juices out of them too. And I just take some of this Slap Your Mama and just sprinkle a little bit on top of there just to give it a little bit of seasoning. And you can see that's it. Put this back down. Sorry about that. But the chicken's going to cook the same time that the sausage is. So we'll just make room on there. Slide that in. And voila. Close the lid. I'm gonna say 45 minutes, hour. I'll check it, and once it's done, I'll pull it off while y'all are watching. This here, I'm gonna have to add some more pellets because I cooked some boudin earlier. And if you all don't know what boudin is, it's a Cajun sausage in a casing with rice. Oh man, it's so good. We eat it for breakfast. But anyway, I had that in there before, so that's the reason my pellets are low when I cooked pork chops last night, because I use this grill a lot. But I'm gonna add some more pellets to this grill, get this cooking. So about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour, I'll come pull this chicken and sausage off. I'll turn it in the meantime, you know, get it good and browned. But in the meantime, I'm gonna be cutting up these vegetables, the onion and the green pepper. I wish I had some celery. I checked it and it wasn't any good, so we're not going to use it. But like I said, we're going to use that Holy Trinity. And that Holy Trinity's got onion, it's got green pepper, it's got celery, it's got garlic. I believe it's got green onion, and there's something else in there. I can't remember what it is, but I'll let you know. But anyway, as soon as this chicken cooks and the sausage, we'll get right back to it. But in the meantime, I'm going to cut up these couple of vegetables to get them ready to go in the gumbo also. So stick around. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be here for probably 5-6 hours cooking this gumbo because it takes a while, but man, it's worth it. So I'll see you back in a little bit. All right, so I'm just gonna turn the chicken, turn the sausage, and take a quick look at it, see what it looks like. Yeah, it's still got a while to go. Another thing I want to do is I want to put a little bit of smoked paprika on that chicken. So just a little bit. Hang on a second. Put some smoked paprika right here. See, I'm not using much, just a little bit. I'll get to them thighs in the back in a minute. So anyway, yeah, got another, I don't know how much longer. I'm gonna say 30 minutes, 30, 45 minutes on the chicken and the sausage. So got my vegetables cut up. When this starts getting closer to being done, then I'll put my water on and get it boiling, and I'll show you how that goes. But in the meantime, yeah, man, just keep the margaritas flowing. Enjoy the weather. Put on some good music. I don't know what else to say other than that, you know, it takes a long time to make gumbo. It's a good full day to do this, but it's so worth it. Anyway, go Chiefs. As you can see, let me show you here. That's what I'm dealing with. At least one of our teams takes football seriously. So, yeah. Check back in later. I'm not going nowhere. You don't go nowhere. Get yourselves a cold drink. I'm gonna have myself another margarita, and hopefully I'm not margaritaed out by the time I come to finish this. Ain't gonna happen. Anyway, like I said, I don't do many cooking videos, so you just bear with me on this one. It might be a little funny, might be a little stupid to you, but the gumbo is gonna come out fantastic, and I can guarantee you that. All right, check back. All right, everybody. So it's been close to an hour. Let's check on this chicken. You know, I better get rid of this sign before I make some people mad. Sorry, that's just me. Anyway, let's check on this chicken and sausage. It looks like it may have a little bit longer to go. I did bump the heat up a little bit to make it cook a little bit faster. But what I want to do now is I want to go ahead and get my water going for my roux. So hang tight and we'll just get right to it. Okay, so ignore this camera here. This is pointing down at where I'm going to be cooking. And so let's get this flame going. I guess I better grab my lighter. Need that to start a fire. So you can hear that I got that started. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. Well, I'll leave it a little high right now just to get the water boiling. So, got a pot of water here. It is not a lot of water. It's just enough to get it going. And my fire went out. Pardon me just a second. Yeah, we got some wind coming up, I guess, sounds like. Well, let's get this on there. I'm not sure how big this pot is, but it's pretty big for my gumbo. It's not a gumbo pot, but it's the one I like to cook in. It's stainless steel. Let me get it a little centered. I'm gonna add some salt. Just enough in there to get it boiling. So we're gonna let that boil for, or get to boiling while we finish cooking that sausage and chicken. One thing I do want to do is I'm gonna put some that Holy Trinity in with that chicken right now. You won't be able to see it unless I move this camera, and I'm not gonna do that right now. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of this as soon as I get it open. And my hands are clean, I'll wash them. I'm just gonna put a little bit of this in that chicken grease. Cover that chicken with it a little bit. Make sure I get some in that chicken grease. That's just for the flavor. But here, let me bring this around. You can see how I did that. Yeah, we're getting there. See if I can get that camera set back up where it was. I'm not sure that I did, but yeah, it looks all right. Anyway, I'm gonna close this back up, let that cook down a little bit more. Got this going here. Gonna get the water boiling. Then I'm gonna start stirring in the roux. Jarred roux, mind you. And it might make some Cajuns mad, but you know what? They all use it too. Don't let them fool you. As soon as this gets boiling, I'll start adding the roux, and with a whisk, get it mixed up before I add more water. By that time, I should be able to put some of my onions and bell peppers in there and some seasonings. Get it going. And as soon as the chicken and sausage are done, I'm gonna cut them up and add them. And I may have to go get some lights because it's November. It's starting to get a little dark early. But anyway, I'll be right back. You guys just hang out. I'm sorry this is taking so long, but I told you it was an all-day deal. So I'm gonna get myself another margarita while this water boils, that chicken cooks some more, and then we'll get moving on with this gumbo. Okay, folks, so got my water boiling, and it's time to start adding the roux. Chicken's still cooking, but what I wanted to do, ooh, look at that steam come off of there. That's how hot that is. It's time to start adding some roux. Man, I should have taken the plastic off this before I got started. Who knew? Gotta be careful with knives. There we go. We got it started enough to get it peeled. That's how you do it. Now, this stuff's hell to get out of the jar because it's thick. So, I like to do that. And it's got some oil floating on top, so I'm gonna pour the oil off first. And then you get a spoon. Now, I always end up bending the spoon doing this. I don't know, you can see. And you just kind of spoon it in a little bit at a time. Try not to splash it because that water is hot. It gets on you, it'll burn you. But there we go. And I'll use the whole jar. Just because this is light roux, dark roux, you might not want to use the whole jar, but with the light roux, I'm going to use the whole jar. Maybe even part of another one. But that's the reason that I only got a little bit of water in there right now. Because we're going to have to whisk this. But I also don't want it splashing when I'm putting it in. So. Now there's a whole bunch of different brands of jar roux you can get. I like Savoy's. I think that's how you pronounce it. Savoy's, whatever it is. This is the kind I like. Not getting paid to say that, but in fact, I don't get paid for doing much. Well, I lie. I get paid for doing my job. Ain't nobody paying me to cook gumbo. Maybe after this video they will. Alright. So I think that's all. Well, there. Got it all out of the jar. All I'm going to get it anyway. Like I said, that stuff's tough. Alright, so we're going to set that aside for a minute. I got a whisk. And probably need to turn that fire down just a little bit. Let's see if we can do it without it dying. There we go. Maybe it'll boil down now and we'll go out. I had to move it a little bit because it was getting some windy and it acted like it was wanting to put out the fire. So just give that a little stir. Got to keep stirring it. But what I want to do is, you see how it gets chunky like that? You got to break up all them chunks. But you don't want to let it burn. And a whisk comes in handy. But you got to be careful with it because that water splashes on you. That shit's hot, especially when it's got that grease in there. Man, neighbors are going to get jealous now when they start smelling that. It'll smell the whole neighborhood. And when they smell it, they're going to know somebody's cooking gumbo. As the roux's just got that really distinct smell to it, and everybody knows. So you see that? Got a good little boil there. Have to get the spoon out in a minute. Not that little one, the big one, and stir it some more, and that way I can pull it up and see if I'm getting that all broke up and dissolved. I'm talking about this spoon. And it actually looks like breaking up pretty good. Man. I may have to add another jar of roux to this, or at least another half a jar, because to me, that's not enough. But, because this is going to be a big pot of gumbo. So we'll let that roll a little bit. Let's go ahead and put some of these onions and bell peppers in there. Just a little bit at a time. Don't let it splash up on you and burn you. There we go. All right, I'll add some more in a little bit, but for now that ought to be enough. I'm gonna put a little bit of Slap Your Mom in there, get it mixed up in there too. Just a little bit. Don't get it in your eyes. I also want to put some more garlic powder in there. That's the secret to Cajun cooking. Garlic on everything. Now that Holy Trinity stuff I got there that's already mixed, that's got fresh garlic in there, but you gotta have some more, so garlic powder works. You might want to add a little more salt once you get going. It's all to taste. What you like, and not like what everybody else likes, but you know what? I've never had any complaints about my gumbo. Never had any complaints about my barbecue. Because I'll tell you what, I hate to say it, but Louisiana really ain't known for their barbecue. They got some places out there that are pretty good, but man, it doesn't compare to Kansas City barbecue, which I think is the best. And Texas is right next door, and they say they got better barbecue, but I don't believe them either. I've tried some of that. To me, you can't beat Kansas City barbecue. Burn ends, ribs, barbecue beans, you name it, they got it. So, let me do a quick check on this. That meat, that sausage and chicken, just about ready to go in the pot. I just want to stir this up a little bit. A little bit more. Then I'm going to cut up my sausage. I got my camera set up, so I'm probably not going to film me cutting the sausage and chicken up. You know, you just, the whole thigh will go in. I'll cut the leg away from the other thigh on the leg quarters. Other than that, they're going to go in whole pieces. It'll cook and they'll start falling apart. But yeah, here we go. We got some gumbo going now, boy. And the trick of gumbo, don't let it burn. You got to keep stirring it. And you got to have a drink. So, all right, I'm going to keep going at this. Stirring it, I'm going to cut it off for now. As soon as my meat's done, I'm going to pull it off the grill. And it's almost done. I'll probably pull it off here in just a few minutes. But y'all don't need to watch that. Once we get the meat in, we're going to add some more seasoning, and I'll show you that. But for now, just hang tight. I promise you, you're going to enjoy the the rest of this, and you're going to enjoy it if you make it the way I do. All right, folks. So I got my chicken. I didn't really cut up the chicken because it doesn't need to be. I'm going to put it in there to fall apart. Got my sausage cut up. My gumbo's been, my roux's been boiling here for a little while. I kept it stirred so it don't stick or burn. Another trick, if it sticks, don't scrape the pot. Now, with chili, I'll scrape the pot because I like the chili scrapings. But anyway, let's, you can see how good and thick that is. Let's go ahead and start adding some chicken. You can see, got my chicken all, or my sausage all cut up, my chicken here. So I'm just gonna start adding these pieces of chicken. A little bit at a time. There goes a thigh, that's good. Now, there goes a leg quarter. Another piece. Now these bones, that's why I don't like using breasts, because breasts have a lot of bones in them. And you gotta be careful when you're eating gumbo with chicken breasts. Now, don't get me wrong, I like my breasts. But this one we're just using leg quarters and thighs. I think they got better flavor anyway for gumbo. So there's that. I'm gonna have to sit this down on this pot a little bit. And there it goes. And you can see I got that sausage just sliced up like that. Kind of got to put it in slowly so it don't splash up on you. Anyway, got some more sausage over on the table because I couldn't fit it all in here. Let's see if I can dump that in there without splashing it. Boy, I sure did. See, I got some of that green onions and some of the onions and green pepper in there with it. Put the rest of this sausage in here. Okay, here's some more sausage. Yeah, how you like that little tray there, huh? It's great for eating crawfish on. So I said I wanted to keep all them drippings and that onions and bell pepper I cooked with that. I'm gonna put that in there too. Some of that dripping grease, some skin that stuck. That's good to throw in there too. Wish I had some history to share with you on gumbo, but I'm not a historian, fellas, folks, fellas, ladies, whatever you'd like to be called. Get that out of the way. Got one more here. Get all that in there. Well, that's all the good stuff. I'll get some of that skin off of there. Wish I had more of it. Anyway, okay. Give that a little quick stir. We're gonna add some more water to this because it is pretty thick, but that's why I got all them bottles of water. But first, we're going to add some more of this mix. This has got some garlic in it, some celery, onion. We're going to put the whole thing in there. The more the better. That out of the way. We'll give it another stir. Stir that all in there real good. My, that looks good. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some more water. And then I'm going to start adding some seasonings. So I'm going to start out with just adding another gallon of water because it's all going to cook down. Like I said, you cook this for a long time and you got to cook it down. But I'm using bottled water here because the water in Lafayette ain't the greatest. So there's one more gallon of water. Give that a quick stir. Look at that. That's good. All right. So I'm going to get some more of this Slap Your Mom and put in there. The Slap Your Mama has red pepper, salt, black pepper, and I think garlic. Let's see. Yeah, salt, black pepper, red pepper, and garlic. So that's a seasoning that's well liked down here. We'll stir some of that in. That's going to give it some more flavor. Now I like to add some more cayenne pepper, which I'm going to do. You got to be careful with your cayenne pepper though, because that stuff is, oh, that's smoked paprika. I want to add some of that too. A little bit of that. Darken it up a little bit, give it a little bit more smoky flavor. Cayenne pepper. This is what you want to go easy on because it is a little spicy. But we'll put that in there. A little bit more. And some more garlic powder. Get another good stir. And we're going to cook this down for probably another 30 minutes or so and see if it needs some more water in it. If it needs more water, if it thickens up too much, we'll just add a little bit more water. We'll give it a little spoon taste and see how it's coming along. I can already smell that roux, and neighbors are probably getting jealous. And then when it's close to being done, we'll just put some parsley in there. I don't like adding it till last. But let's bring that back up to a boil. Keep stirring it for about another half hour or so. And check back with me. Don't go nowhere. I'm not. So I'll catch you here back in about a half hour. All right, folks. Man, it's been another half hour. It's going away. It's boiling away. It's doing good. There is one more thing I want to add to it. And I didn't bring it out here with me. Babe, can you hand me that celery salt? You're right back. Thank you. All right. So I want to add a little bit of celery salt just because I didn't have, our celery wasn't good enough to chop up and put in here. So I'm going to add some celery salt. And that'll help me from having to add any more salt except for what we add when we get it in our bowl for our own taste. And then I'm going to add some parsley flakes. And of course this is new, so I got to pull the safety stuff off of it. Make sure that nobody poisoned us. All right, so I'm just going to add some parsley in there. I have to take the lid off. The steam gets in there and don't want it to let it come out. But you can see you can put all kinds of parsley in there. Gives it a nice little color on top. Give it another little stir. As you can see, it's starting to get dark too, so I'm about to wrap up this video. I mean, not much more to do here except let it cook for another half hour or so. Just keep stirring it. Make you some rice in the meantime, because you know you're going to have to put this over rice. Get you some French bread sliced up. And if you haven't already made that potato salad, man, you're behind. Should have made some potato salad to go with this, because just a little scoop of potato salad on top, brilliant. I don't know who thought of that. Brilliant. So anyway, I'm gonna put the lid back on this for a little bit. I'm not gonna put the lid on all the way, just halfway on, so let some of that steam out, just so it doesn't boil over. But like I said, another half hour or so. You can cook it longer if you want. I'm getting hungry, so I'm only gonna go about another half hour. About the time the rice is ready, I'll be ready to eat. And I'll take some pictures of once it's plated or bowled or however you want to call it. But yeah, the rest of the stuff, more cayenne pepper if you want to add it to your own bowl. I wouldn't add any more to this because some people might be not suit their taste. Some more slap your mama in your own. Won't hurt. Salt, pepper, whatever you want to add to it once you get it in your own bowl. But this is good enough for most people. I don't do cooking videos. This is my first cooking video, but you know what? I'm gonna do some more because I'm gonna show you all how to barbecue Kansas City style. I'm gonna show Louisiana people how to Kansas City barbecue is done. Places in Kansas City do it way better than I do, I'll tell you that. But okay, Chiefs are coming off a bye week, playing Denver this week. In Denver, kind of scares me some, but go Chiefs. And hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, I'm gonna put some pictures up, show you our plates, our bowls, whatever you want to call it. You add the rest of your seasonings in there. If you want to cook it longer and you think it needs more water, just put a little bit more water in there, add more seasonings. Make it taste the way you want it to taste. Just keep in mind, the longer it cooks, the better it gets. And hey, I gotta go behind the tree, if you know what I mean. So, appreciate you watching. Take care, be safe, everybody. Like, share, subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoy the gumbo if you decide to make it. But other than that, I gotta go. My tree's calling. Take care.